Welcome back. So in this lesson, we're going to talk all about when the third eye is off balance. In the previous lesson, we just got grounded. We talked about the lower root chakra, the Christ points in the soles of your feet. And now we're going to move up right back to that third eye. So when the third eye is off balance, blocked, as we like to say, what we'll see or what we'll notice is we aren't noticing things. We aren't seeing things. We can start to have experiences with physical conditions around our eyes, physical conditions around our ears as well. So the pineal gland, or the pineal gland, however we want to say it, is what is associated with the third eye. And that can become blocked over time from toxins in our environment. Certain things like fluoride in our toothpaste or our water can create a film around that gland, which then affects the openness and how we see and communicate, not only with spirit, but with each other. So there are a few things that you can do to start to balance that gland. Yoga is one of my favorite tools to work with to open energy centers because it's very effective for getting you in your body and then using the breath to move energy. It doesn't have to be difficult. We sometimes make things more difficult than they need to be. So when it comes to the third eye, the yoga moves that we can do, one would be a neck stretch. Very simple, very easy, and you don't need to really do anything other than sit where you are. You can just move your neck back and forth. I know this looks a little awkward. You can roll it from side to side. It's also going to work with the throat in case you are wondering, like, well, Jeannie, this is all around the neck. Yes, but remember that gland is in the back of the neck. And so when we carry tension in our shoulders, and who doesn't have tension in their shoulders? If you pretty much are, living, you're going to carry some kind of tension there. That is going to build up and make that energy center tighter. You can also start to rub the energy in the back, the nape of your neck, a light massage. You can feel the tender spots where the tension is. That can start to alleviate some of the pressure there. Tapping is a really beautiful rhythmic way to start to open. Just gently tapping on your third eye, closing your eyes, and then breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth to an extremely slow level will help that third eye to start to open as well. So we can experience headaches, eye issues, ear problems, ringing in the ears. Anything that has to do with your head can be affected and closing down that third eye. Not being willing to see something in front of us. This is another thing that happens when our third eye is blocked. We've had trauma in our life. We've experienced something that was so horrific that we don't want to see it again. So that is one thing that can immediately close down that third eye. Self-doubt, self-judgment, and the feeling like you're wrong coming from childhood will also play a role in dampening that third eye, making it so you don't trust what you're seeing. You don't trust what that vision is. It's very interesting how the childhood or the trauma that we experience lays dormant and affects how we see life. So as we talk about angels and mediumship, one of the most important things for us to start to experience is opening our crown, allowing divine in, and then really working to have that third eye open so we can really lean in and trust what we're seeing. Not everybody has the actual vision where they see on the outside of their being. You can also see on the inside. This is interesting, right? This is the third eye working as well. So just like when you were a child and you would go outside and play, or you would have your dolls and you would just start to have this wonderful imagination, That's what we're going to do with our third eye to get it running again, to get it really flowing and having fun again, is to trust that imagination, have it to be really yummy. One of the things that we can do to spark that is creativity. Painting, drawing, cooking, dancing, anything that we're going to start to get some flow and get some creative movement, singing, like anything with that, I call that ing. That's what's going to bring that yumminess up to the surface of your playfulness, your authenticity, your true goddess self. Not going to get that flow again. So definitely you're going to want to be creative and have as much fun as you can to open up that third eye. Having colors, having peace is really important for the third eye. When we're stressed, when we're really just in that anxiousness, when we're over planning, when we get into an OCD tendency, we're overthinking, we're overthinking, we're overthinking. When we're too logical, this will block the third eye, because the third eye isn't about earthbound logic. The third eye is associated with divine logic, divine wisdom. So we have to be in that flow to allow that to come in. Now, we can be far too woo and get really lost in like, la, 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 and you know what that looks like. Or we can get lost in the, I got to look this up. I got to make a plan. I got to figure this out. This is what the book said. And that will also block that third eye. Somewhere in the middle is where you want to be. You want to be able to trust what you see, but discern with if it feels like it's right. We want to not be so woo-woo that we are off and just flying around and not in our body and participating. We want to be in our body, and we want to flow with the energy that we're meant to be here in this life. We're meant to be in the physical plane. So we have to turn that on to have meaning behind, yes, so here's what Earth is saying, and here's what I'm going to stay with. Man is saying this, I'm going to work with that, but I'm also going to take it to the next level. So it's not about dismissing things or walking away from things. Rather, it's working with them and asking the divine, what will you have me do with this when something comes to us? So when we discuss what's off balance with the third eye, now you can understand why you might not be seeing energy, or we can have it too far open and we have premonitions. This is the other area of an unbalanced third eye, is that we're overseeing, that psychically we're connecting to things here on Earth and we are seeing patterns happen before they happen. Some of this is a cause for concern. I'm going to be quite honest with you. What I teach in my angel healer training is how to plug into divine energy. It's a God-based method for working with your gifts. And the reason why this is such a powerful, powerful class is because when we align with the divine, the truth of who we are, we're going to be gentle in our movement. We are not going to be invasive with our energy. Because if you have the gift of being able to see psychically, that comes with a responsibility, a huge responsibility. And so while you might see into a projection in the future, what you are missing is free will. You're missing the opportunity to lean into the energy of what God is really saying around that, and how free will comes into play. So when we're guiding others, when we're leaning into our work, whether you're a nurse, you're a healer, you're a coach, doctor, whatever you're doing, when we're leaning into guiding someone and we start to open these all of our energy centers, and especially the third eye, we're leaning into divine flow. Now we're going to see love. We're going to see positive outcome. We're not going to see prediction. We're not going to have any low vibration. We're only going to see what is going to be yummy for that person. That's going to really take our work to that next level. So this is why, if you're having predictions, you really want to lean into clearing up this third eye. So in the next video, we're going to talk a little bit about that cleanup and what that looks like. I'll see you then.